Good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Welcome here. My name is Regina. So for this, let's just start laying down now, and then we can just take a few moments just to scan the body, checking in, just quiet the mind. So allow yourself to spread across your mat. Welcome back on the mat. Well done in making time for yourself. You invest this time in your own health and well-being. And breathe that in. Breathe in that breath of gratitude to say thank you for the ability and the opportunity to be here now. Thank you for technology. Thank you for this moment. So breathe that in. Feel the lungs expanding the body, or the breath, the lungs expanding, it's the breath. Expand the lungs, and the air filling the lungs, and that expands the body. And then pause, create a triangular breath, inhale for 5, holding for 5, and on the exhalation slowly breathe out, empty the lungs completely. So breathe away all that doesn't serve you. Inhale now, this moment, this opportunity. Inhale peace. Notice how the mind quiets down as we bring our awareness to the breath. How the breath anchors the mind back into this moment. And on the exhalation, feel how the breath helps us to let go, to breathe away, and to feel that feeling, that sensing of grounding. So with the inhalation comes the centering, I am here in this moment now. And with the exhalation, let go. It's all going to be okay. So a few long, deep breaths. And setting the intention. So dedicate your intention for this practice. Now with the time, the next hour, and align that all with your body, your heart and your mind. So let's just wake up as we start here now, the pelvic area. So making your right leg long and then the left leg long. With your winding exercise to release stagnation in the pelvis, especially if you've got an office job and you have done a lot of sitting. Help to release stagnation here. So right leg, left leg, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Let's create a rocking motion in the pelvis. Or as if you're marching here on the spot, and then we can now squeeze the right buttock and then left buttock, right side, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. So squeeze, release, and squeeze the other side. Rocking from side to side. And now let's roll from side to side. So just rolling, let your feet flop like car wipers. So this will increase the circulation in the pelvic cavity. It will bring also refresh the nodal fluid in the sacroiliac joint. Good, and relax. Just take a moment and just checking in, feeling into sensations here in the lower belly. Now interlace your fingers, bring the hands behind your head, the elbows wide, bend your knees onto your chest. So we're going to come into the cross crawling here. So bringing the right elbow to the outside of the left knee, extend the right leg away. Inhale back to center, take the elbows wide. Exhale over to the left. Inhale. And exhale, moving with the breath. Going to the opposite side, stoning the abdominals, the external, internal obliques, which also help to strengthen the back muscles, and it helps to balance left and right hemispheres of the brain. When we are very stressed, one side of the brain gets more dominant, and they call it we become homolateral. And then also what happens is that loses the body's natural ability also to heal itself. So waking up here on all parts of the brain, helping us to reset any imbalances so that the body can stay fit, healthy. Good, and relax. Hands onto your knees. Make 5 outward circles here with your knees. So let your hands do the job. The legs are just passive. They always work for us. Now we do something for them and feel that's quite soothing. Now reverse, go the other direction. Passive legs. Good, and relax. Release your feet to the floor. Let's do a twist now. So take your right leg over your left leg. Bring your arms in line with your shoulders and then let your knees drop here over to the left side as far as you can. You can either tuck the knees up a little bit higher if you want to take that stretch right down into the coccyx area. You can, and that might, if you bring the knees here to the floor, that will lift the arm off. That can give you a nice stretch there. Otherwise, you can just keep your shoulders to the floor and let the knees hang somewhere in space, or you can have support here under the knee. A nice bolster or a pillow. So let's hold this for 3 minutes. Lovely twist to increase the circulation to the spine. 3 minutes. If the timer wants to wake up, it needs to be frozen. So just relaxing, holding the shape now. Here in the Yin practice, we're not forcing anything. You just change the angle here of your pelvis in relation to your chest. And you soften and melt into the shape. Nothing to do while you hold the shape. Just relaxing. And then pay attention to what is happening for you. How does this feel? So the main target area in the twist is our spine. And then also you will feel it on the outside of the thigh into the buttocks and from there up into the spinal column. How far in the spine do you feel that? Does this feel safe? Does this feel doable? And any time when sensations become overwhelming, you come out, you back out a little bit. There's no right, there's no wrong here. You just listen to your body and respect your limitations. So this week, during my classes, the theme of the classes is the poetry of Rumi. So Rumi was a well-known poet and a spiritual genius. And he is someone who is fused at the highest level with his visions and passion and soul force of the intensity of the intellect of Plato, the Christ or Buddha, and even the extraordinary literary gifts of a Shakespeare. So worldwide, well known for his wisdoms and poetry. So we can contemplate his wisdoms while we're in the yin shape. So just one more breath. And then you can slowly here start to come out as you uncoil, uncross your legs. Let's come into banana. So take your legs and your feet here over to the edge of your mat on the left side. Bring your right foot to your left foot as far as you can, and then take the arms also up and over, bringing the arms to the same side as your feet. So look at your hands and look down, gaze down. Can you see your feet? If not, then lay on the wrong side. So take them over so that you lay here in the shape of a banana. This is a beautiful lateral stretch for the right side of your body. Feel that long lengthening here in the waist. Feel the beautiful opening under your diaphragm. So we're going to hold this for, let's hold it for 4 minutes. You are not a drop in the ocean. You are the entire ocean in a drop. You are not a drop in the ocean. You are the entire ocean in a drop. You know, each one of us is an extraordinary being. We have so much potential. And each one of us are special. The enormousness of an ocean. You are not just a drop in the ocean. You are the entire ocean in a drop. Just breathe that in and feel that in your heart. What does it wake up? What does it stir for you? You have an enormous potential to achieve whatever you want, whatever you set your mind to do. So often what creates obstacles in our path is our beliefs, our limited beliefs. These one-liner quotes of Rumi is I think something that we can write on your mirror as a reminder, or on a sticky note in your car, and it's something that you can read. It's like to read these positive affirmations is very much like having a self-hypnosis. The more you read it, the more you hear it, the more it's set into your subconscious mind. You are not a drop in the ocean. You are the entire ocean in a drop. So just feeling any sensations that's coming up for you, mindful awareness of the body, the effect of the stretch on the body. The target area here is all down the right side of the body. Feel the opening and the expansion, separation of the bones, the stretch of the muscles and the skin, the expansion with every breath. Tiny little cells, the alveoli of the lungs, alveoli. It's like little mini trees. Every breath they expand and grow, filling the lungs with air. Okay, so we can now make ourselves ready to come out of the shape. And as you come out, take your time, there's no rush. Slow transitions out of the shapes. Spread yourself wide and then just pause for a moment to feel the sensations here. Notice if there is any difference between the right and the left side of the body. How does the sensations feel? How does the right side feel in comparison to the left? What is happening for you? Be mindful of any changes and any shifts, any differences. And that is our awareness. And the more we pay attention, the more we develop and grow the ability to feel and understand our own bodies. We wake up on a cellular level. We open the pathways of communication here within as we stretch in a yin way. Alright, let's do the other side. So bend your knees, take your left leg over your right leg with your arms again in line with your shoulders, or bend by the elbows, or if it's easy for you, you can always engage the arms by taking it up. And then drop your knees here over to the right. So the target areas, the spine and the buttock outside of the thigh. And then also, if you move the knees and the feet, it can either help or increase or decrease the intensity of the stretch for you. So just relax now, close the eyes. 3 minutes. Just breathing and melting. And follow up on the previous quote, stop acting so small. You are the universe in ecstatic motion. Our bodies is a bit like a universe on its own. There's so much happening inside of us. I recently saw a microscopic photo of a cell. It looks like a solar system, a planet, or a whole universe on its own. So every cell inside of us contains the universe, and so are we, every part of us. Our bodies is so complex, such wonderful, miraculous creations. Stop acting so small. You are the universe in ecstatic motion. Yesterday I was clever, so I wanted to change the world. Today I am wise. I am changing myself. Yesterday I was clever, so I wanted to change the world. Today I'm wise, so I'm changing myself. There's a lesson, self-study is one of the niyamas of the second limb of yoga. And when we start to become upset and annoyed by what other people do, it's always a good idea to pause and reflect on why is that pressing your buttons. What is it that makes you behave in such a way? Is it your old limiting beliefs? Is it because you want to change the world? You want to change other people because they're not the way you want them to be? They don't do what you expect them to do. But if we change our beliefs and our opinions and our perception, and we have more compassion and kindness for not only ourselves, but if we have compassion for ourselves, we can understand them too, and allow them to be who they truly are. And then we change ourselves, and then our worlds will change. We see the world as we are. Everything that happened to us, every interaction that we have, it's like a mirror. It's reflecting to us who and what we are. Now slowly come out here, uncross your legs, and then let your feet go over to the edge of your mat on the right side. So you're going to come back in banana. You take your arms over your head and look with your hands. Look down. Can you see your feet? Your arms and your legs. On the right side, we're now stretching the left side of the body. So arms and legs on the right. So 4 minutes. So you're doing mermaid, I'm doing mermaid, you're doing banana. If you ever feel you need a lateral stretch, then you can always sit like this when you're somewhere on a picnic or watching television. So feel that beautiful lengthening for you here on the right side. Feel how it stretches the skin, how the rib bones expand. And then organically, this is a beautiful stretch for all the organs here under the diaphragm, stomach and spleen on this side. It's nice if you have an upset stomach to release that, or even a full stomach. And then it helps with to improve the peristaltic action here of the colon, of the descending colon on this side. The yoga works from the inside out. It heals the body. I have been a seeker, and I still am. But I stopped asking the books and the stars. And I started listening to the teachings of my soul. As I said earlier on, our bodies has an enormous wisdom, and it's all here for us. And we often tend to look out for answers, and with all our questions that we have, and we also give our knowledge of our body away to people with higher authority. We listen to them what we should do with our body, rather than taking responsibility and care for ourselves. But everybody is different and everybody is unique. And in the Yin practice, it's also a beautiful time for us to come into the posture, asking a question, maybe something that you need to get clarity on without, there's always external influences, other people's opinions and their advice on us and our problems. May it be health issues or may it be relationship issues, whatever it is. So if you come with a problem here to the mat and you relax and surrender in a Yin shape, you can use this time to contemplate, ask the question, and let your soul give you the answer. So ask and then get out of the way. Don't try to analyze or think it. It's very much like a meditation. You can do that during meditation as well. Go and sit with a question. And then just wait. May not always come straight away. Maybe you get it the next day. Or a book fell off the bookshelf and the answer comes in that. Or somebody suggests a book. You've been a seeker. I've been a seeker. I still am. But I stop asking the books and the stars. I start listening to the teachings of my soul. Your task is not to seek for love, but merely to seek and find all the barriers within yourself that you have built against it. Your task is not to seek for love, but merely to seek and find all the barriers within yourself that you have built against it. There is an alternative therapy, it's called emotional code, and Dr. Bradley Nelson talk about this, that people build a hard wall throughout our lives from the day we were born, to wherever we are in life. things happen with us, our interactions with others, especially our relationships. So he called it a heart wall. He's saying we start to build a heart wall that protects us. And our heart is a magnetic field of 12 meters that we pick up. You walk into a room and you can feel there was an argument. You know, we pick up much more from reading and feeling from the heart and reading with the eyes before people open their mouth. And that is what Dr. Nelson called it. You build a heart wall, so you protect yourself from getting hurt again, from getting upset again, from being humiliated again. And you know, that this quote reminded me of that. So let's slowly come out and then just relax. So when we truly want love and being accepted, is that our own limiting beliefs that stop us from getting what we seek. Maybe if we break the barriers down in ourselves, it will come naturally. And what you seek is seeking you, he said. What you seek is seeking you. Right, and hug your knees onto your chest. Let's pull the shins into the body. Let's point the toes here. And then push your heels away. Feel as you push your heels away, how your shins engage. And you stretch the soles of your feet. And then if you point your toes, feel how which muscles that engage here. Push into your heels, the calf muscles engage. And you point your toes. Shin muscles lengthening. And now rotate your ankles. Reverse the other direction. Right, now let's rock forwards and back on the spine. And then we can come up and we can do our quadricep stretches. So you can either do double saddle if you wish, when you sit between both heels, and then you can have support behind your spine if you want. Otherwise, depend you do half saddle or full saddle. It's your choice, whatever feels best for you. So depending here, let's start with the right leg. I'm just doing my left so that you can see. So bending the right leg back, sitting next to the heel of the foot. It really doesn't matter if your body frame prefer it, if your foot is flexed out to the side, or if your toes are pointing back. It will give you a very different stretch. So play around with what you need here. And then from here, we're going to go back as far as you can. So the target area, what we want to do here is we want to stretch our quadriceps. We want to open the hip flexors, which gets very tight, especially for the people, you know, working from home, sitting at a desk all the time. So let's hold this for 3 minutes. Nice long opening in the thigh area. So going back here on the elbow, on the hands, if this is comfortable for you, but you certainly should feel a certain intensity. If that's too easy, come onto your elbows or on your bolster. And if that's still easy, take the bolster away and go all the way down to the floor. Once you're down on the floor, you can always bend. There's a straight leg, which will also create a stronger stretch for you in the front of the thigh of the right side. So just relaxing here into the shape, into this beautiful back bend. It creates a lovely lumbar curve, helping us to remain young. When our posture is good and we have a nice healthy back, like a soft curve in the lumbar spine is a stress distributor, our shoulders naturally roll back, our heart center is open. And this is also a lovely stretch to activate the chi of the stomach and spleen meridians. So half saddle, and of course if you do full saddle, then you will be here for about 7 minutes. You were born with wings. Why do you prefer to crawl through life? It's a lovely one-liner to write on your mirror. You were born with wings. Why do you prefer to crawl through life? Don't be satisfied with stories, how things has gone with others. Unfold your own myth. Everything that is made beautiful and fair and lovely is made for the eye of one who sees. And that quote reminds me of brings back to the practice of the chakras. The sixth chakra is the third eye we see with our physical eyes. But when our sixth chakra is open and balanced aligned with all the other chakras, we can see and appreciate the beauty of the world. And then that means we are in touch with divinity, because divinity lives inside us. Right? So let's release. So slightly roll away from the bent leg and then take the other leg back. And again here, the side might be easy for you to go back, or it might be harder. So going back again as far as what is comfortable for you. Either on the hands or on the elbows or leaning against the wall. Just going back slowly in your own time. 3 minutes. So there's 3 minutes. There's enough time to go further. But, I cannot stress enough that it is not important to go all the way back. It is important to feel the stretch in the right way. As long as you feel it and it's not overwhelming, sensations are doable, then you're in the safe place. 3 minutes. Why should I be unhappy? Every parcel of my being is in bloom. Why should I be unhappy? Every parcel of my being is in bloom. This is June, this is summertime. The flowers are becoming all in bloom. It's a beautiful time. And again, as I said earlier on, whatever you see, the beauty with your eyes, and that beauty is also inside of you. Everything what we see and feel and touch is a mirror of our inside. They say if you think of 5 things of how you would describe the world, every one of us will have a different story. And that reminds me of the story of the boy who was asked he was looking at the fishes in the pond, and his master asked him, how many fishes can you see? And he said 12. And then the master said, so how many ponds are here? And he looked at the master, confused. How can you ask this question? There is 1 pond here. And the master said, no, there's not. There is 12 ponds here, because every fish lives in his own pond. And that's us, this is the same with us. 500 of us eat a banana. Every single one of us will have a different opinion of that banana. If everybody read a book, we will have total different opinions and observations about the book. So every one of us see the world with his own eyes. And it's the Taoists, I think, say when you die, the universe that you created die with you. We all live in our own universe. There is a candle in your heart, ready to be kindled. There is a void in your soul, ready to be filled. You feel it, don't you? And again, we can slowly come out here, just release. And just lay back here, feeling into the sensations. We ask quite a lot here of the lumbar spine and the stretch through the front of the thighs. How does that feel? Just feeling the rebound, all the sensations here in the front of the body. So we lengthen the front and the back, we compress the back. So that was an extension of the spinal column. We lengthened the spine. So observe how that feels in the spine and in the pelvic area and the thighs. Right, let's hug the knees and roll to your right hand side. Then from here, let's come up onto all fours. And now turn your toes under and straighten your legs, coming into downwards facing dog. Elongate out of your shoulders, move your chest towards your thighs. Bend one knee and then the other, dancing dog. Bring your weight forwards over your hands. You come into plank. Push your heels to the skirting board. Lift your belly button into your spine. Inhale, lift back into dog. Lift your heels high and then bend your knees and feel that lovely stretch for the toes and the soles of your feet. Straighten your legs, lower your heels and walk your feet towards your hands. And there's a little space here between the feet. Just look at your ankle bones. Are they parallel? Is one arch low? Then bring more weight on the little toe outside ankle. If one arch is very high, or if both arches are high, make sure you really root down through the big toe here. And now bend your knees and sit on your imaginary chair and swing your arms up for Utkatasana. Take a deep breath in. Let's roll like a line. As you exhale, bend your elbows, stick your tongue out and roll. Inhale, reach. You can come up all the way maybe. Lengthen and lift. Exhale, sit back in your chair and roll like a line. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Come all the way up. Bring your palms together and lower the hands to your heart. Right, so let's turn sideways or standing the short side of your mat. We're going to go on a short dragon flight. So let's lift the left knee up in the stalk, a balance here. Now get a focal point of your eyes and then maintaining with the balance on the one leg, bring your left leg back. And reach forwards with your arms. Like Virasana free, but this is dragon. The dragon warming its wings up, ready to take flight. And swing your arms forwards. Reach back with your back foot. So find your ground. And then bring your hands to the inside of your front leg. And let's do 3 push-ups here in the gecko. 1, 2, exhale, 3. Inhale, raise the arms and then raise the right arm up, twist towards your knee. And lower the hand And retract your front tail, swing it up to the sky. You can play around with this tail, exploring what you can do with your big old tail, and then step forwards between the hands. Now lower the back heel down. So now we're going to come up like a rainbow with the left arm up and a rainbow with the right arm up. And then pivot and tilt on your toes and your heels. Square your hips to the short side of your mat. Swing both arms back and show your dragon wings. And then rebound, bring your hands down to the floor. Retract your front foot and swing it up to the sky. Now, first group, bring your knee to the floor. And second group, where the knee is, you can take the foot out off the mat. And then everybody raise your right arm up. Pivot and tilt and open up for the belly of the dragon. So first group, you're here with your knee on the floor. Just raise your arm. Second group, you're the big dragon and you show your belly. Good, retract, swing your tail up. Take a big step forwards. Lift the back leg and take flight again. And then gradually flying and come back into the stalk. So lift your knee up, the right knee up this time. And we go back to the other side. When you're ready, take your leg back, bring your torso forwards. Dragon, take flight. And then find your ground. Bring your back toe to the floor. Landing down with the toes. And then bring the hands to the inside of the knee. And again, 3 push-ups here in the gecko. Strengthening the upper body. Now twist towards your knee. Raise the left arm up. Lower the hand, press into both hands, swing your tail up, exploring with this tail. And then we swing it forwards again. Now we're going to come up to fly back to the other side of the world. So you can come bring your, if you want, your left elbow on the knee, and then take the right arm up, big rainbow, come up here. Left arm up, big rainbow, over to the other side of the world. You pivot and tilt on your toes, your hips square to the front. You swing both arms back and show your proud dragon wings. Good. Exhale, rebound, hands down to the floor. Swing your tail up to the sky. And now, first group, bring your knee to the floor. Open up the belly here. Second group, you thread the needle through the hole. You pivot and tilt on your toes. This is very similar to the wheel. And then show your belly. Now retract. Swing your tail up. Take a big step forwards. Bring your back foot to your front foot. And then bend your knees as your dragon come down in its nest. In your squat. Right, that gets the circulation going. And the dragon flight, as I said, we use the Tai Chi arm movements, big movements with the arms, as well as the upper body weight bearing exercise, help us to strengthen the upper body meridian chi. So during the yin practice, we release a lot of stagnation in the lower body. And with that arm movement and weight, we lift that energy up and it creates strong circuits throughout our system. And here in the squat, we create a beautiful decompression of lumbar 5. Again, if you've done a lot of sitting, this is a great way to get that deep bend and deep flex here in the knees and the pelvis. And it releases that big chunky old lumbar vertebra, the fifth one that sits on top of the sacrum. Right, so now we can do our forward bend. So you can come back down to the floor. You can either, the target area, what we're going to do now is we're going to stretch our inner thighs. So what gives you the best inner thigh stretch? With your legs wide, or with your soles of your feet together in butterfly. This is not for me the most comfortable position. As you can see, my hip bones here doesn't allow my femur bones to go down to the floor. But I like the wide leg dragonfly. Maybe you like the butterfly. So choose your poison, and then let's come forwards here for just 2 minutes. So now we lengthen the back. When we sit on the chair, we do not stretch the back. This is a stretch for the spine, as well as for the hamstrings and the inner thighs. So 2 minutes. So visualize you breathing in from the crown of your head all the way down into the base of your spine. Give a slight lift here of the pelvic floor. And then when you're ready to exhale, imagine the breath bounce from the pelvic floor up and out. So we breathe up and down the spine. We energize the spinal column. And visualize your spine as an arc of a rainbow. A little bit more Rumi. Set your life on fire. Seek those who fan your flames. This is love, to fly towards a secret sky, to cause 100 veils to fall each moment. First, let go of life, and finally, to take a step without feet. The wound is the place where the light enters you. The wound is the place where the light enters you. And often times of sadness and grief that we, feel so lost. But that is normally the time when we break open and the light comes out. There's a lot of changes that happen for people who accept whatever life is throwing to them. When you open and allow it, then it's when the change is happening. That slowly come up. Often there are people who just blame the world for everything goes wrong with them, and then there's others who is grateful for any situation, because in everything there is a lesson for us to learn. Let's now bring this. You can come back here if you wish for Savasana, to lay down in Savasana. You can either spread yourself wide, or if you want another yin stretch for the inner thighs, then you can bring the soles of your feet together and take the arms over your head, which will give you a nice, a soft back bend as well as an inner thigh stretch. Just cross by the ankles. Take a deep breath in. And have a big sigh. Let it out. Allow yourself to surrender to the earth. You've got nothing to do now and nowhere to go. Allow yourself to just be. Be here in this moment. Visualize you breathing in at the crown of your head, and let a wave of relaxation sweep over your entire body, from the crown all the way down. Your heart is the size of an ocean. Go find yourself in its hidden depths. Just listen to the sound of your breath and your heartbeat. Connect to that inner stillness. I am not this hair. I am not this skin. I am the soul that lives within. Let yourself be silently drawn by the strange pull of what you already love. It will not lead you astray. That very center of your heart is where life begins, the most beautiful place on earth. Just let your awareness rest in your heart, at the very center of your heart is where life begins. The most beautiful place on earth. Love is the bridge between you and everything. Just feel into the heart. Feel into the love and the compassion that rest here in your heart. What hurts you, blessed you. Darkness is your candle. The only lasting beauty is the beauty of the heart. The universe is not outside of you. Look inside yourself. Everything you want, you already are. If light is in your heart, you will find your way home. There is a window between heart and heart. They will never separate like two bodies. Two lamps may not be united in their form, but their light merges into each other. No lover ever searches for union. If his beloved is not also seeking him, the love of lovers makes them think. The beloved's love makes them full and shining. Close your eyes and fall in love. Stay there, just resting in your heart. The whole of your body is dissolving and melting into the earth. There is a candle in your heart, ready to be kindled. There is a void in your soul, ready to be filled. This is love, to fly towards a secret sky, to cause 100 veils to fall each moment. First to let go of life, and finally to take a step without feet. Wherever you are and whatever you do, be in love. Start a huge foolish project, like Noah. It makes absolutely no difference what people think of you. Reason is powerless in the expression of love. You have to keep breaking your heart up until it opens. Your heart is the size of an ocean. Go find yourself in its hidden depths. And you can now start to become aware again of yourself here, back on your mat. Just noticing how the body feels, as if, taking a snapshot now in comparison to when you arrive here. How does the mind feel? Feeling again in your overall state of being. If you expand your awareness outside now, listen to the sounds outside the room and space around you, outside the building. And then you can wiggle your fingers and your toes to get your essence back in your extremities. Taking the arms over your head, another long stretch. And then bend the knees onto your chest. Hug your knees, rocking a few times from side to side. And then we can roll onto the right hand side and stay here. Rub the palms of your hands together. Create a lot of heat here between the hands. Feel the warmth. And when you feel the burn and the warmth in the hands, then cup your hands and place them over your eyes. Bring this healing energy into your eyes as you open your eyes and feel the heat penetrating into the eyes. A little eye exercise here. Look a few times up and down. And from right to left and left to right. Make a clockwise circle. Reverse anti-clockwise. It's simple eye exercises and help us to maintain good eye health. And then we can press into the left hand to come up from your right hand side. Let's come sitting, bring the palms of your hands together. As we press into the palms, it brings us in touch with our heart. Bring your thumbs to your forehead, reminding us to stay quiet and peaceful, mindful of the thoughts. Bring your thumbs to your breastbone, reminding us to be mindful of all the love that rests here in our hearts. And then have a last stretch as we bow in gratitude to the earth. And in gratitude for our miraculous human body. Inhale, come up. Bring your palms together. Namaste. Bless you all. Thank you for playing. And have a wonderful week.